hill that we want to, that is the hill that we want to own. And, you know, we look at that as a major positive, that we don't kind of diversify our product line to the point where we dilute ourselves, that we are able to focus on EMCs and make them as great as possible. And really, it's a labor of love for us. And, you know, I see our engineers, our owner, who is our chief engineer, it's a labor of love to do these and to do these EMCs right. And as we develop this new product that we're going to be talking to you about, in fact, I'm sure some of you are already acquainted with it, but we really wanted to make things just easy. And easy doesn't just mean, oh, it takes less time, you know, it's a click. Easy involves not only the product and easy for you to hang it, you know, to buy it, but it also includes support. It includes software, the software experience, so your customers are not overwhelmed. So it's easy for them to say, oh, I could do that. Helps a very good, very powerful sales proposition. And also cost. You know, as we advance our EMC designs, you know, lowering cost for ourselves and also for you is a major driving force, because we know how hard it is to sell EMCs, and we wanted to make that, we wanted to mitigate that barrier to entry for you and your customers. So moving forward, we are a little bit more background. We're a true original designer and manufacturer. We have, and what that gives us is complete end-to-end control of our entire process. We do have boots on the ground at our manufacturing facilities, and even where we go to source assets, we can put an eye on them. We're not just calling some rep to do that for us. We have our own people doing that to make sure we get only the best and the brightest. We are, as an ODM, we are extremely responsive and flexible, and this also owes to the fact that we're a family-owned company. Including not just the hardware, but the software. We have occasions where people call us, tell us, hey, I found this little glitch, I found this little bug, and it's not some ticket that I have to, or that I or one of our other team has to go submit and then wait for some process. I walk down the hall and that matter usually gets resolved within a day. Again, this includes our first-party software, which we code, and back to the flexibility, we can change, we can make improvements and take suggestions on the fly with that. So they say don't fix what ain't broke, but you know, we've identified some things over the years in the EMC industry that are broke. And that is kind of like a stagnant design. And we wanted to look ahead to the future of EMCs and how we could help innovate and play a part in that. And one of the examples we look to is trending other technology. You know, we're a technology product. And if you look at other examples like TVs and electric vehicles, right? Prices have gone down in the past 10, 5, 15 years, because of advancements in design. And as you have advancements in design, efficiencies improve, and that drives costs down. For instance, 2018, and I know because I was one of the people who paid a lot of money for a TV. A 65-inch Samsung TV was $4,000. You can grab one at Costco for $900, right? The only Tesla available 10 years ago would run you almost $100,000, and now you could get it for a third of that. You could get yourself a Tesla for a third of that. So since prices are going down and other tech that is innovating, right? Why are EMC prices stuck in the mud? And again, I think the major factor in that is because the predominant materials and design that are being used are basically legacy. They've been the same way for many, many years. And there's only so much you can do aside from market costs to change what the costs and how you can make money without completely sacrificing your margins. But we didn't just kind of sit here and internally guess, you know, what why these prices, what are the barriers to entry for EMC. Aside from the prices, we talk to our partners, and I want this not just be a presentation. I'd like to be interactive. So like Annie and Rachel said, if you guys want to jump in, throw up a question, we're happy to address that. And I just want to get sort of some buy-in from you guys as we go through this list. I can't see the heads nodding, but I'd love to know if you agree with some of these things our partner told us about the EMC experience. EMCs are too expensive, lots of service calls, lots of parts in an EMC. So there's lots of parts to fail. Installs can be complicated. There's long lead times to get them. And anybody who went through COVID with this, we know we're looking at many months. Some vendors require you to assemble your EMC. I've seen that positioned as a value, that you get 20 boxes and you have to put it together yourself. I'm still trying to figure out where the value in that is, but that's what we have to deal with some vendors. Setup of the actual sign is complicated in terms of once an end user gets the sign, they're calling you, how do we do this, right? The software is complicated. And also one of the things we've seen and that we pride ourselves on not being one of the companies that elicits this response is that support from vendors is poor. So do we have anybody have any questions at this point? I can't see let me see if I can see the chat. Okay, we see heads nodding in agreement from Linda. Okay, so now we've identified the problems, and we see that our customers have a need, right? And so we decided that we were going to put all of our resources to finding the right product to fill that need. And the mandate that we made for ourselves as we develop this product is peace of mind for our sign partners, for our sign shops. We want things, again, to be easy. We don't want them to have to worry and stress about it. It's a lot of money invested for them, a lot of time invested for you guys. Our mandate was peace of mind. So how are we going to address that and make sure that peace of mind is ubiquitous among everybody, right? So our mandate was maintain premium of quality, right? Part of that mandate. We want to use better, more efficient materials. We want our new product to be durable, reliable, not cost prohibitive, right? Easy to install, support, and set up. And just by way of backtracking just a little bit, this was not something we decided 6 months ago and through it. This is something we have been working on for years until we finally released this about 6 months ago, which is the try, fail, repeat. Our mandate was we have to try, we have to fail. And we've seen full-on models built, spec'd out, come into designed, come in here, and we just say, nope, we're moving on to something else. And that is until, try, fail, repeat, until, and this is, I'm sure you guys have seen this before, we released our new all aluminum EMC that we call Allura. And we really do believe that this is the future of EMCs. Allura really is innovation. I think you can tell from how we've set this up that it started with the desire to move on to the future and innovate. And Allura's next generation design efficiency, it really does maintain that top of the market quality of any top EMC manufacturers, sellers. We put ourselves on the same quality level or more than them, but we do beat the market on cost. And what does that mean exactly in cost? And we can get specific, I guess, on an individual level, but usually it's about 20 to 30% lower price than other top ODM premium EMCs, right? So now I think because these guys do it all the time, we want to go a deep dive into the product itself. And now I want to turn it over to our national sales manager, Darren McCarthy, to take you through a little bit more about the details of why Allura meets that mandate. And obviously Paul and Anthony can chip in as they desire. So go ahead and take it away, Darren.
Thank you very much, Danny. I appreciate that, and I'd like to build on that. Welcome everybody to my portion of the presentation. We're going to do a little bit of a deep dive into the Allura all aluminum EMC. On Danny's last slide, you just saw a significant reduction in cost. If I was sitting on the other side of this presentation, I'd be asking myself a question. Okay, what's left out? What's new? What's different? And so we're going to spend some time talking about exactly what that is and pull back the curtain and show you behind the scenes of the Allura so that you can know and understand and feel confident that we didn't have to give up anything to deliver this product to market. So it really is the future of EMC. So I'd like to begin as if you're used to doing business with ThinkSign, you know our products come, you know assembly needed. Allura falls in that same line of thinking. So it's ready for install. And the great piece of feedback that we get from a lot of our sign partners, vendors, is that it's only 3 components. And that's going to have some great benefits for down the road. There's only 3 things that you need to know about this thing. There's a module, a hub, and a controller, and that's it. So really is nothing else. There's a great insulation in the design, so for all of our wiring to go in. But outside of this thing is going to come ready for you to install, and it stays right in line with our marketing that we've really built over 25 years, and is that it's to be very, very simple and easy to do business with ThinkSign. In line with that, if you see on your screen here, you have a single point of connection. What does that mean? Well, Allura really does data and power all in one single connection. And for me, when I think about technology, if I have one connection, that means there's one point of failure. So we don't have to worry about multiple connections and troubleshooting. We don't spend a lot of time in the Allura troubleshooting with 3 components and one point of connection. It's very easy for us to support this. So that's where a lot of the cost savings comes in the Allura all aluminum EMC. We also didn't have to, reset our quality standards. All of these units pass our quality control, whether that be heat or weather. We have a system that we've designed over the years to make sure that when these things hit the field, that they can hit all the warranties that we set up for them. So we didn't have to come up with a new plan or new standard. All of these passed all of our weatherproofing standards that we've had over the years, and we're proud to put the ThinkSign name on them. Overall, we have a lot of pride that goes into the Allura product line. Probably the most significant is the ability to dissipate heat. This was something that our engineers worked long and hard on to figure out how we can remove a lot of the power requirements, a lot of because everybody in this industry know that heat is really the enemy of the EMC and the LED components. So we've done a really good job in our engineering and how we manufacture this and bringing a product to market that no longer requires fans and allows us to significantly reduce our power requirements. And what that means is a lot of times we don't have to change the power supply on site and make the customer rerun their power supply. So we're very proud of that element. As much as we are of a clear, good-looking LED sign, we're very proud of I guess the guts and how they work. So, with that said, the Allura ThinkSign solution is not just a sign; it's a total solution. And I'd like to spend some time talking about that complete package. Danny mentioned a little bit up front in his part of the presentation, talking about how we go to market. We have the ThinkSign Studio Cloud designed by us, supported by us, and it really captures the capability of how we like to talk about EMCs, and that's ease of use and everything. And if you can and you have the opportunity, we're going to share some time with Anthony and Paul, who really have set up our demo process for quite some time, just how easy these things are to demo for the end users. But the Studio Cloud software is really first and only full functioning mobile software for LED signs. We really wanted to put the ease of use and the power of someone that is able to change their slides, change the sign with the use of their mobile phone. It's easy to use. You'll notice that as soon as we demo the software, we get people up and running, making signs, making slides on their own in minutes. So it shows well, it delivers well. So people should feel very confident when they walk out and demo a ThinkSign product, that they're going to have a lot of great feedback from their customers because of how easy it is to use. And of course, it's supported by all the popular platforms out there: Mac, Windows, iOS, and Android. And it's really unparalleled. I mean, it's something we're very proud to show because it's something we built in-house. There's a lot of options out there. We know there's a lot of competition, but when we throw the ThinkSign logo on something, we take ownership of that. So we support it from the time it leaves our factory here to the time that if it ever happens that the customer has to call in with a question on how to get something done on their Allura sign.
Yeah, I would also chime in that the value of the software cannot be overstated. I should say it's and not only is it, and as somebody who works with design and as a marketing person, it really goes in line with a lot of the easy phone app, photo applications, quick little design applications. The point is something that it's intuitive. It's people are used to the function, and not only that, but it's not just design. You can edit, schedule your sign, all the settings of your sign, sync your content to go on the sign. Everything you need to do can be done from the software, and it's completely cloud-based. You don't have to download anything, obviously, because we code it, we design it. There's no third-party integrations. When you get your sign, and the one time you have to call us to use it is to activate it, you don't have to enter any information in the software. My sign is this size. As soon as you sign in, your account is set up. It knows the end user's sign size. It knows geographically where it is. And all you have to do is just start using the software, and it syncs. If I start something on my phone and I can't quite finish it, then I sit down on my desk and I want to finish that same progress is saved. I can pull it up anywhere. Sorry, Darren, I just wanted to make, because I love the software so much, and it really resonates with me as somebody who does design work. I just wanted to chime in. Sorry for stepping on the toes there.
No, that's quite all right. I appreciate you saying so. Likewise, too, we're gonna, we can't suggest enough to engage our demo team. We're happy to do so. We've invested in those platforms to make sure that we partner with you, and that's really once your customer sees how these things use, it goes from there. So likewise too, we've also packaged, not only with the software, but the Allura comes standard with our complete and comprehensive support infrastructure. We're always making improvements to them, but we really have listened, to get back to Danny's points, we've listened to our vendors that they want support after the sale. They want support on demos. They want to make sure that they have a partnership as opposed to just an invoice that they're paying. So we've done this by creating a great team at ThinkSign that can support you by phone. We're not afraid to put people in the field to demo with you, to triage, to be there for install day. And likewise too, Danny heads up a group that will help you in the creative space. So if you have certain slides that you'd like to demo to land a big account, or to show the proper use of these EMCs, we're happy to do so. If we're sitting here telling you how easy our software is to use, then we want to show you that. There's only one way to believe that, is to show you exactly how we do that. And finally, we're very proud. You hear us use that word a lot, of how proud we are. We're proud that we're the #1 ranked in Google rankings when it comes to the EMC market. We work hard at it, so we don't mind marketing it a little bit. But that comes from a lot of great work with guys like Anthony, who is our regional manager for the area, working directly with his vendors and making sure he understands their business, whether it be a large company, small mom and pop. We take them all very seriously, and we listen to their feedback. So we're hoping that's the reason why we're ranked so high on Google. So I made a little bit of mention about our ability to demonstrate. Anthony Davis is on the phone with us. He kind of covers a lot of the area for the Mid-South Sign Association. We've got a fantastic investment we've made in our demo equipment with a demo truck. We're able to come show some different options. We do some customized demonstrations if we have enough lead time, and we'll meet you anywhere that we can to talk to your customers to show why the investment we feel is probably for one of the best products on the market, supported by the best team. And then the other option we have is we also offer demo signs to our partners. Please contact your regional sales manager, and they'll certainly facilitate that and get you up to speed. We've had some vendors that have taken us up on that, but there's a process in place for that. So we really want to paint the picture. Not only is the Allura easy to work with, easy to use, but the company supporting them, that being ThinkSign, is an easy partner to partner with. We really want to be a lot more than just somebody that you buy signs from. We really want to be a part of how you jump into the EMC business, how you grow your business, and then how you sustain a long, sustainable life cycle in this industry. So we'll certainly throw it out. I see some questions rolling in through chat. I'm going to offer the ability for Paul or Anthony to address any of those questions that maybe they've been keeping their eye on the chat a little bit. So if they have any thoughts out there we want to address, or Danny, if you had any additional points you wanted to address from the chat log, I'll certainly open that up for conversation.
Yeah. First of all, maybe Anthony, if you just want to, give a quick hello and introduce yourself to the MSSA members of the audience who are here.
My name is,
you have any thoughts?
Sure. My name is Anthony Davis, and I'm the Southern Regional Sales Rep. I cover Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, and east of Louisiana. And I'd love to do some demos with you. Just my cell number, if you have a pen handy, if you're in those states, is area code 502-791-2989. You're more than welcome to give me a call or text, either way you like.
Anthony lives in the Tuscaloosa area, but is in a constant state of travel throughout the Mid-South Sign Association. This is Paul Hughes. Been around here a little while. I think one of the greatest things we can say to everyone that's on here and interested is thank you. Your lunchtime is valuable. Thank you for taking a few minutes to learn about us, to hear us. But if you take something away, you close 50 to 60% more of your opportunities when you allow us to bring the truck and demonstrate your opportunities, content at their property facing their traffic. I've tracked that for over 13 years, and the data has been pretty consistent, with over 50% of increase in sales from, if we just talk about a quote, you present a rendering, it's a two-dimensional piece of paper, as compared to rolling the truck, backing it up to their existing signage, and exclaiming their content and their product to their audience. So we really want to just evangelize that. It's of no, you're not disturbing us in any way whatsoever. We love to roll the truck when we are on our way to meet your end user and help you and facilitate your sale. That's the most effective. That's the most effective use of our time in the field. So just want to drive that home. Are there any questions regarding the new product, the Allura, and the all aluminum design?
Well, Paul, I see one. I was trying to scroll through the chat, and I do see people who've worked with us who are as you use your word, evangelizing the experience with us, with the software. I do see one specific question about previous software. They needed a line of sight from the computer to the sign, so it would work. That is not the case. Like I said, it's all Studio Cloud is completely cloud-based. So if you have an internet connection, if you're on the other side of the world, you have an internet connection, you can sync your sign to your content with Studio Cloud. Yeah, and I think Paul just teed it up. But we'd love to hear specific questions, because the subject of this chat is how with these advanced designs like in Allura, how it becomes, how it drives wider margins for sign partners. And, obviously with using more advanced materials, more efficient, aluminum's so much lighter, it saves us shipping costs, saves us, we don't use as many parts, saves us manufacturing costs. We pass that on to you guys. Obviously, that's how we can keep the prices down. So I wanted to before we closed or heard any more questions, I wanted to drive home that instead of just telling you about the product, reinforce that this product, and we've been seeing it, it's like been a whirlwind of how quickly people have started to adopt this product from us instead of our legacy product and buy this, that it is really helping sign partners widen their margins because of lower cost. And you're getting a top quality LED product. We didn't sacrifice any quality. It's purely about the advancements in design that enables us to bring this to you at the cost that we're able to. Anybody, are there any special, we see, is there any special grounding requirements?
Yeah, I kind of answered that just so you would have the long-winded answer, but we provide a grounding rod with every order that is shipped, and an earth ground could have been overlooked in the past with the 25, 20, and 16 millimeters. With the proliferation of tighter resolutions, higher currents, more sensitive equipment, smaller solders being done, more current going through those solders, the more earth grounding is becoming important to protect against any surge, large or small, to protect the components and to improve the chances of reliability and no service calls. So it's very easy for me to say we're big fans of the earth ground. We provide you with an earth ground rod, and both individual faces should be attached to said ground rod.
Anybody else?
Oh, I come from the legacy. I've watched our company and our customers love our hinge system where the front face opens of the Extreme product. I'm also just geeking out and loving this new design and this new product line because the all aluminum brings so many attributes that I wasn't aware of. We have nothing behind plastic. And it's pretty easy for everyone to agree that aluminum dissipates heat much better than plastics. We think stepping into and using only aluminum is a nod to the future, and it's a nod to quality. We do not want to cut a corner here, but we are very driven by efficiency to be competitive. So when I say the Allura uses only the highest quality components, I can stand behind that. In fact, our business cards actually show the gold alloy material that we use for soldering. It's those small details like that that speak to quality, and quality speaks to reliability. Reliability brings customers back. Thanks, Anthony. The LED chips, I will tell you, are the same as the yellow brand that's a market leader. I don't want to be guilty of calling out a potential competitor here. It is Multicolor Corporation out of Hangzhou, China. They have a myriad of LED chip options, but we use the very highest component, the very highest quality. We have had a long-standing relationship with Multicolor Corporation for over 20 years. They work really well with us. They choose their customers, and we're proud that we're one of them. I know that Yellow Brand is also a customer of the Multicolor Corporation, as are we, and a few others. But more importantly, to answer Sam, your question about the heat dissipation, you're spot on. Aluminum dissipates the heat so much better than plastic that it is to be considered. There's a tremendous amount of design in the Allura as well to encourage ventilation. You'll never hear any of us tell you that you can completely just trim or completely box in a think sign, either Extreme or Allura. again, with the proliferation of higher resolution displays comes more heat, more current. Ventilation is something that needs to be considered, especially in those extremely heat environments. I mean, look what's going on in Texas and Arizona and Louisiana. The humidity, the salt, the heat, those are all major factors that we consider in designing. And in fact, we have an image. I don't know if we have the flexibility to pull it up, but we put the Allura through the salt fog UL test for almost 300 hours at 120 degrees, and it passed with flying carpets. So we're very proud in the fact that we don't just slap a UL sticker on it because we assemble components from here, there, everywhere, and Jack's cousin Dickie. We work with UL in both our manufacturing facilities. We work with UL vendors in our sourcing of internal and small components, all the way down to the IC chip level, to ensure that we provide you with the highest level of quality, which again equals you don't go back.
Yeah.
Are there any questions?
I think, guys, we're not going to put you on the spot to think of any questions right now. I obviously, to wrap it up, like Paul said, your lunchtime is valuable. We do want, I would say, just if you haven't been in touch with us about the Allura product before, you haven't bought the Allura product before, the ask that we have is you just reach out and learn more about it, right? Just reach out to Anthony. If you're not an MSSA, just reach out to us. Our contact information is down there at the bottom of the screen right now. You can always just call the office, and we stand behind this. This is like you said, this is a labor of love from us to make things easier on our partners. We don't just sell the product. We put our entire team, support, software, everything behind it, because we want long-term partnerships. That's what we want. I know one of the pain points, I just spoke to a signed partner 2 days ago who said, man, we don't want to have to go looking for somebody else. Let's do this. We don't want you to have to go looking for somebody else. We want to be your last stop. And we certainly will do everything we can from the product side to the marketing side to help you be successful. And once again, thank you all for joining us today. And
hey, Danny, we had one more question, if that's
we do.
all right, from the chat. I don't know, Paul, if you guys see it. Stephanie asked if.
I thank you, Annie. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you. I was just actually looking, somehow I just directly answered to Rachel instead of Stephanie, so I apologize.
We're all going to figure it out one day.
It's all good. So, Miss Stephanie, it's a great question. There are front ventilated solutions that could allow you to box it in entirely. I know partners that don't always just take that advice. They include additional ventilation despite a front ventilation design, especially in a hot environment, or especially when they're using 10 millimeter, 8 millimeter, or 6 millimeter, where there's more current, there's more heat. We're convinced that the Allura does have ventilation designs in it, but we also promote additional ventilation because heat is the greatest stress to these types of products. So what we do to encourage and give you the most options is we ship 2 pieces of perforated aluminum with each order that matches the message center's height. So if it was 2'1", 3'1", 4'2", 12'7", whatever the height is, we will provide you with perforated aluminum for the sides. And we have standardized the width of that perforated aluminum to be 16 inches wide. You can paint that to match, a number of things that you could do with that. I hope that answers your question.
Great.
All right. I think that's great. Well, guys, y'all have anything else?
No, we'll just take any other questions pop up, anything about anything. Just get in touch with us, and we'll be happy to help you out.
Yeah, so we have this recorded today, which we can certainly send out to everyone. It will also be available on the Mid-South educational portion of our website. And if you need any contact information as far as ThinkSign reps or Anthony, which is ours, then you can certainly reach out to us. I want to thank ThinkSign, you guys, for your presentation, and then all of the attendees for your awesome questions and interactions, which we always know lends to the experience. So you can definitely find ThinkSign on the exhibit hall floor July 29th in Biloxi, Mississippi. We would love to have you. If you're not registered already, you can come by and meet Anthony and the team. If that's it, I don't see any more questions. So that's all we have today. Thank you all.
I have
Okay.
one, if I may, Ms. Neighbors.
Sure.
Is there anyone that would like us to follow up with an individual follow-up? Is there anyone that has a project that you'd like to discuss? Is there anyone that would like to continue a conversation beyond this training? I just wanted to give you the opportunity to poke your head up, stick your hand up, say, yeah, we'd love to chat some more. Hey, I want to talk about a project. I want to talk about partnering. Is there anyone that we can speak to at greater length?
We got one hand raised, which I'll take all this down and make sure to send it to Anthony, you guys.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and we'll be sending out, we'll send out a follow-up email to everybody on this call, so you have the opportunity to think about it and respond with something if it comes up.
All right. Okay, well, thank you guys. I hope y'all have a great weekend, holiday weekend. Be safe, and we'll see y'all soon.
Keep your
Take care.
fingers.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.